Hey guys, how you all doing? It's me, Johnny, and welcome back to another Sorare video. Today is a huge day, lads. We have a big game week coming up and a lot of drama that we need to probably address as well at some point in this video, unless I forgot about it because I keep talking about things that I actually enjoy rather than the things that I don't enjoy. So maybe that might be happening, but let's dive straight in. Let me give you guys an update. So, as you know, actually, I have been depositing lately. When everyone is panicking, you buy. That's how basically, what's the guy? Warren Buffett has been saying it, right? The financial beast. So, I basically have gone ahead and deposited some cash in the past few weeks, or past week, I should say, due to the fact that I think prices are coming too low. And I've basically capitalized on rare prices crashing to get myself some amazing super rares. That's the main thing that I really wanted to focus on. And I've done it. I have done exactly what I wanted to do. Hopefully from this point on, I don't need to deposit even more because I'm actually pretty happy with my gallery right now. But let's start off with the goalkeepers. In the goalkeeper section, you see a second row now. I don't think I ever had that. But we have brought in Lucas Hoyos. He is Newell's Old Boys' new goalkeeper. He has just recently moved over there. And if we look at his scores for that team, he's had only one stinker. And even though he has had that stinker, I mean, he has kept his position. 61 points after that, 50 after that, and then 87.6 in the last game, which showcases once again that he has made some good saves and kept that clean sheet. Newell's right now are sat in the, I believe, 4th position in the league. Now, it's very early on, so don't expect too much. Oh, sorry, 8th position in the league. Don't expect too much yet, okay? So let's calm our horses here. Hopefully, he can continue to have good performances. The reason why I picked him up over someone like, let's say, Guzman, right? Guzman seems to be the go-to guy right now. This guy gets amazing scores, and there's a lot of hype surrounding him. And his price, as you can see, has come up from 670 euros back up to 898, which is obviously a lot of money. So when I'm looking at the rare goalkeepers prices these days, I see a lot of fluctuation in them as soon as they get like a bad run of games. So this one has been posted for 0.56 ETH. I personally think, yes, this is a great goalkeeper that can get a lot of clean sheets as he has been, and also get some decent AA with the 11.1. But at the time, I was like, you know what? The downside on this one is big. Like, if he starts performing badly, if we get a run of games where he just gets 35, 44, those types of things, I can easily see him drop. And I didn't want to go out and get another goalkeeper at the top. That's something I thought about. And at the same time, I also thought about this one. Lancelotta, this guy goes for even more. I believe he goes for like 0.7. Yeah, he goes for even more, gets some great scores. Do not get me wrong. Again, plays in Argentina. That is where you want to go ahead and get your goalkeepers. Argentina, Liga MX, that seems to be the place for some of the best defensive stacks. And I looked at him as well, and I was like, you know what, man? 0.7 for a goalkeeper from Argentina. Yes, he might get good scores, but that's a bit too much for me. So I decided against it, and I went with Hoyos. And the reason why I went with Hoyos was because he isn't that expensive. Like, I got him for 0.405. If this guy starts doing bad, how far can he drop? 0.3? Maybe? I don't know. But just generally speaking, if he starts doing well or continues this form that he has shown in the last 3 games, the trajectory can only be going up. He will have to match other goalkeepers in South America like Guzman or Lancelotta at some point if he keeps doing well. That's the thought process behind it. I thought the downside wasn't as big. The upside could be quite decent. So based on that projection, I've gone ahead and brought him into the team. I've seen a couple of memes that I think Simply Alex has sent another one across, and he was like, yeah, I was talking about this guy, but then my chat told me that he has little arms, basically, that he can't save things. But yeah, based on these last few performances and the fact that he is at a new club and not the old club where he had these scores, gives me hope. And I like the fact that he plays together with Sforza. Sforza is a big talent that I personally believe in. This guy right here will probably get a massive move at some point. It doesn't make sense that he's going to be there for too much longer. I really, really like this kid, and he plays as a CDM in this club. So yeah, Sforza and Hoyos, those are the types of players that I really like, and Hoyos has come in now. So talking about the goalkeeping position, I brought in Hoyos mainly because I want to play America Rare Pro. Yes, I want to jump into the America region for the first time ever. I've not done this ever, so I'm very excited about this. And I have gone in for another super rare. His name is Jorge Figal. Now, this guy I brought in for around, what is it? 0.33 ETH, which in my opinion, for these scores right here, are good. Don't get me wrong. Boca Juniors, yes, he has a couple of DMPs in the past and stuff, but I would reckon, or I'd hope, that after these types of games that he has shown lately, that he would actually hold that starting 11 position. But here's another thing. Like, if he doesn't hold his position, if he gets dropped at some point, it won't hurt as much as for some of the other super rares that I would have had to pay off for. They were all going for like 0.8 and upwards, and no one was being reasonable with the pricing. Basically, rare items of these players were going for, like, let's say up to a maximum of 300 euros or even 120, 150 and those types of things. And they would just price them at 5, 6, 7, 8 times the rare price. And I just sat there thinking, you know what? Let's not be stupid. Let's not overpay too much. Let's go for someone that, as a super rare, can get some really good scores. Just coming off of 100, obviously, is nice to see, but that's not the reason I got him. I genuinely did not get him because of that. I just saw these scores and I just thought to myself, you know what, Boca Juniors, I really like the club. So I always heard amazing things about Boca Juniors fans. I've watched a couple of videos on it. So I was like, you know what, let's just go for a Boca Juniors center back. And if he drops his place, fine. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be too hard to yield back 0.3 ETH. At least I'm hoping for. That's the situation. And he doesn't have to lose his spot. That's the thing. If he keeps his spot, great. I have a player at Boca Juniors that is now in my team, so I brought him in. And then also for the super rare section, my friends, we have brought in a beast. I am so happy about this one. So I have brought in a player, a center back from Las Palmas. Las Palmas are currently in the first position in the second division in Spain, and that puts me into a great spot with this guy. If you look at the scores, again, he barely ever gets some bad scores. Like, if he gets above 50, I'm super happy, and he has those highs in him, which gives me even more motivation. Once this guy gets a decisive, he's up there. Let's say he gets a last man tackle, an assist, a clearance off the line, any of those, he is jumping straight up above 80, and that is huge. So I like this a lot. He's only 29 years old at this point as well. And yeah, he plays together with Jonathan Vieira, who I already have in the club. So Corbello is another player that I've brought in as a super rare, and he will help us moving forward. Apart from him, have I brought in anyone else here? No. Midfielders, don't think I've gone for anyone. Nope, I have not gone for anyone. Forwards, though, I have. I have a new forward. I needed a Challenger Europe forward, and I have gone in for Mehdi Taremi. Let me show you guys why I've gone for him. This right here. I mean, Taremi, yes, lately he has been on a form dip. I don't know what's going on there. He hasn't performed as well. But we all know, everyone knows, this guy can get decisive upon decisive. If we just scroll down here, I mean, just look at this screen, man. There is only there are only like 3 games where he didn't get a decisive in this run. And this is like a full page. So I am just looking at that and I'm thinking, Porto hasn't changed. Yeah, sure, he might have missed a couple of chances lately, but the guy is still only 30 years old. He probably still takes all the penalties. I found his price drop amazing to dive into immediately. Like, he was going for insane amounts in the past, as we can see here, 2,100 euros, barely another 2,000 euros right there. And it has all come down. For me, a striker that can get these types of scores consistently in a very dominant side, it makes total sense to go after him. And the fun part of it is I have the Sunrise version as well. And I know Laird loves the Sunrise version. So Laird, I only bought this guy for you, my friend. I gotta be honest. He was basically the same price as others on the market. And one of them had even 1% more XP. But I've gone for this one for you, Laird. Talking about Laird, by the way, obviously your boy is a SorareData ambassador. And as you guys know, if you sign up to SorareData, you get 2 weeks for free. But if you then want to sign up to the subscription system, please use the code Johnny, because if you do, I get a cutback or whatever it's called. I get something for it as well, I guess. And that would be very much appreciated, guys. I really, really think SorareData is something that every manager needs to have. And I highly recommend you guys to upgrade to whatever level you can go to. I am obviously playing in the highest settings, I believe. What is it? Where can I see this? Anyways, I'm playing the star one. I can tell you that much. There we go. Membership. So yeah, I am on the star one, and I can highly recommend to anyone else that wants to take this game any type of seriously. Go ahead and sign up on SorareData. Use the code Johnny, and you will be hopefully utilizing your teams in the best way possible. Now, time for the lineup building, my friends. Let me show you the lineups I have built. Let's start off with the under 23 Rare Pro. Barisic is back, baby, and that excites me. Now, in this one, I specifically went for teams where I can avoid any rotations that will kill my lineups. That has hurt me big time before, and it's not going to happen again. So for this one specifically, I've gone for players that didn't have midweek games, apart from obviously Diogo Costa, but he's a goalkeeper. He can just play the next game straight away. He doesn't get exhausted like other players do on the pitch. So I have gone for this option here. So Diogo Costa at home against Gil Vicente, I believe that is. They are 14th, 79% win chance, and I would hope that he picks up a clean sheet. Barisic back. He is capable of playing again, and the odds are very good in his favor. Barisic is one of the best defenders out there in terms of under 23 right now, and I think a lot more people will realize that he's way too good for the Croatian league. But obviously, he could move somewhere else and become average. But right now, he's incredible. Getson Fernandez and Besiktas are back playing. This one was a tough one for me. Sven Mynans is basically expected to play, but at the same time, he might only get like 50, 60 minutes because Mihailovic is there and he could possibly play as well. This could turn into one that I could regret in the end. Mynans or Marcelinho Nunez, who hit 100 score just recently, scoring an absolute banger from like 25, 30 yards out. Corner kick comes in, they head it out. He just says, you know what? I'm a volley master. Let me just blast this one into the top left corner. Goalkeeper didn't even move. It was outstanding. I think everyone has seen it on Twitter, to be honest. But yeah, Marcelinho Nunez or Sven Mynans, not 100% secure to play. And that basically kind of pushed me off of it. I think Besiktas at home is going to be huge. So I have gone for that. And then Ryan Cherki, the only striker I really have, apart from Taremi now and Tadic, who I can rely on right now because Musiala and Wirtz could get rotated. But I am seeing that Musiala is expected to play, but his opponent is not an easy one. I believe they're playing against Union Berlin. We'll see that in just a second. So I wanted to go for these secured options in the under 23 Rare Pro. And then Trezor is up against the 17th at home. Genk should obviously just go ahead and crush them. So I'm really hoping that is exactly how it's going to go. And Trezor can pick up 1 or 2 decisives for me since he takes the corner kicks. So, Champion America Rare Pro. Here it is. Preciado Super Rare. I think I have talked about this before, but Preciado and Brunetta, these guys link up extremely well. 57% of the time when Preciado gets a score above 60, Brunetta has a 60 plus as well. So in terms of a stack, that is just about perfect. So I've gone for those two in this lineup, along with Puig. I have Captain Puig in a tough matchup. Don't get me wrong. I have gone for that one because I do believe Puig will get at least 50. And Brunetta, if he doesn't get the 50, he might score a lot less. And just yesterday, he has gone ahead and lost 5-0 alongside Preciado. So that is not a good omen at the moment. But I'm really hoping that they can come back in a good matchup at home and smash their opponents and go back up the league table again. So that is the setup I've gone for. I might change from Puig to Brunetta for more upside. But then again, I don't know if there is even more upside. Both take corner kicks. Both take free kicks. But I believe Puig takes penalties while Brunetta doesn't. So I'm just sat there thinking, you know what? Puig might be the one for me, especially in a derby type game. You can expect a couple of heavy tackles. So I've gone for this Champion America Rare Pro. And then for the All-Star Rare Pro, we have gone for the new guy, Adan, just picking up a clean sheet this midweek. Good to see. Now, they are going to be up against the 15th in the league. And yeah, I do fully expect Adan to go in there and do bits for me. So yeah, that is going to be another clean sheet, hopefully. And then we have Curbelo at home against Ponferradina, who are 19th in the league, first against 19th. It couldn't be better for the first time that he comes into the lineup. Alex Garcia is basically fixture proof. Doesn't matter who he plays against. He most of the time gets 60 plus. So I'm hoping he can continue that. And I'm desperately hoping that they can pick up a goal or a decisive somehow, and he can be involved in it. That is a bit of a risky one, considering they're only 17% expected to win the game. But if it's like a 1-1, 2-2, I can see Alex Garcia getting a decisive. At least I'm hoping so. And look at this graph, man. I mean, right there, that would have been first place. Right here, tier 1, and consistently in and around rewards, which I like to see. Tadic is going to be captain of this one, and then Grimaldo is going to be the final piece in this lineup. And I will give the captaincy to Tadic because they're up against Vitesse. Even though it's away from home, I do expect Ajax to do really well there. And yeah, that's how it goes. And then Benfica up against 9th in their league, 68% to win the game. So that is the All-Star Rare Pro team. For the, I could actually, no, I couldn't do what I was just thinking about. I was thinking about putting Sanuc in there instead of Garcia, but Garcia has more upside. Anyways, under 23 Rare, this is the lineup I've gone for, my friends. We have gone for the likes of Osako. Can I zoom in here? I can zoom in a little bit. That hopefully helps you guys see stuff better. Sorry about the fact that it might have not been perfect. Actually, it doesn't change anything for you guys from what I can tell here. But yeah, on the 23 Rare, I've gone for Osako. He is at home, and I do think he can go ahead and pick up a clean sheet once again. De Ligt and Musiala in a tough matchup against Union Berlin, as I mentioned before, but I do think Bayern will step up. I do think Bayern will have to come in with an amazing performance to calm down the nerves of the fans. There has been a lot of talk about the team lately, and I do think things will go well. Nakamura at home against Lustenau. Nakamura has been performing week in, week out. This guy might be the most consistent player out there. And then we have Kökçü in here coming in against Fortuna Sittard, against Pandur, who is one of my goalkeepers, hence why he hasn't made it into this lineup. I also do have Guardiol, but I decided against it. Even though he is playing at home, I think Eintracht is very likely to score a goal, especially considering Kolo Muani's form lately. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring game between the two. I can see like a 2-2 type of thing. And if Guardiola doesn't get a decisive, he probably gets like a 55 or something. And yeah, I don't like that too much. Cat 270 Rare is basically a throwaway that might be amazing. I am fully aware that Florian Wirtz is not going to be playing. I think he's going to come off the bench because Freiburg is going to be leading going into the second half. At least that's the thought process I have. Freiburg is the better team at the moment than Bayer Leverkusen, so I do think he's going to come in the second half. And then I have gone for Pandur in here because he's the only goalkeeper I really had for it. And he also is up against Feyenoord. If he doesn't concede 3 goals, I can see really good AA for Pandur. So I'm really hopeful there that he doesn't concede 3 and he gets at least 40-50. Dokore is another one that we still have in the club, has just recently started playing for Strasbourg in a starting 11. And I do think that he can possibly pick up 50-60. We'll see how things go. And then we have Sara up against Cardiff. Gabriel Sara, he is in a great position. Norwich have picked up on form again, which is lovely to see. And I do think this is a must-win game in which he takes all the set pieces. So for me, that is one where I hope that he does extremely well, and he's the captain of the squad. And then we have Enzo Fernandes up against Tottenham. I'm basically hoping that he does really well there because Bentancur is not playing. I think if Bentancur was fit to play, Enzo Fernandez' performance could be hindered from going above the 50. I think Bentancur is an amazing midfielder. But yeah, it's only against Højbjerg and Skip now. And I think even though it's away from home, Chelsea have something to do here. They need to come back to winning ways. And this could be a really good matchup for them in which they step up and convince the fans again because they need to. If they lose this one as well, I think Potter is gone, which I honestly would not mind. And an all-star rare as the final lineup. We have Brat in goal at home, where he most of the time gets clean sheets. Angulo away, not away, at home against the 6th in the league. Don't expect insane things, but it would be nice to pick up a 60+ from Angulo again. My captain is going to be Jonathan Vieira, just like our centre-back super rare. He is in a great matchup against Ponferradina. And then we have Taremi up at home against the 14th place, which apparently is the best matchup for this game week on the entirety of Sorare. So be careful with your Porto stacks out there. And then we have Florentino Luis in there as the extra to play alongside these lads. And you can tell I only have these guys left. Solé is a rotational worry. Lucas Frode, I don't even know him, and he's not in a good matchup. Palomino against AC Milan, good luck with that. And then Guardiol against Eintracht Frankfurt, which is not going to be great. So, having said all that, I also have another Cap 270 super rare team. Nopot obviously is a DMP, but Sildinia is expected to play. Minance, if he plays, great. He is in this team. Marcelino Nunez is here as well. He might just play once again, so keep that in mind. Let me turn on the lights here. And then we also have Nathaniel Mbuku, who I think comes off the bench for the first time for Augsburg and could do something. So we have, let's say, at least 5 lineups that have potential to win something. And I am extremely excited about my first ever entry into the region of America. I have never played it. This is the first time, and I can't wait to see how things go. The thing that entices me the most is the fact that there are 8 star rares to be given away in here. I do expect a lot of people with insane lineups, but as long as I can somehow make it into the rewards, I'll be pretty happy. And I do think this prize pool for Champion America will probably grow as we move forward, because 33 is just sounds very, very low, especially with the new MLS card mint. I do think this number will go up to the 50s or even more than that. And yeah, going into the All-Star Rare Pro region, we are looking at ETH payouts. So ideally, I would love to make it into these ranges. I think ETH payouts are amazing. And again, our team submitted in here is a beastie one. I feel like it kind of depends on Alex Garcia and how he will do against Athletic Bilbao. Athletic Bilbao is obviously no joke, but I do think he can get a decisive in any game he plays. So I'm very hopeful of that one. And then for the Under 23 Rare Pro, which I have high hopes for as well, we get star rares paid out into the 13th position, which is huge. And then the team itself, I have so much faith in. I really hope that it all pays off. Honestly, I can see a clean sheet for Costa, 100 post bonus from Barisic, Getson Fernandez coming in with an 80, Mike Trezor coming in with a 90 with the captaincy, Cherky with an 80 or 90, whatever. Like, all those things are possible. They have happened before for some of these players, and hopefully it will all come together this week. But that's it for me, guys. I'm extremely happy with the rebuild of the gallery as things stand. And yeah, hopefully you and I will be quite successful moving forward. And yeah, I'm glad America is back and playing. I'm glad J-League is back and playing. K-League has some issues, and hopefully they will fix them with the data providers. But that is me done for this game week. I appreciate you all. Have a great day. Wish you all the best of luck. Take care and peace.